Hello everyone, my name is Alina Lima. I'm a student of the Media Law course offered by New York University, and this is my trademark gray work. Do you know what is diabetes? Diabetes is a chronic metabolic disease characterized by elevated levels of blood sugar, which leads over time to serious damage to the heart, blood vessels, eyes, kidneys, and nerves. There are two types of diabetes. Type 1 is where the body does not produce insulin. And the type 2, the body produces insulin but is not used efficiently. The type 1 of diabetes cannot be prevented, but the type 2 we can prevent by having a healthy and balanced diet, appropriate body weight, and exercise. Some women who are pregnant can also have gestational diabetes. So where we can see they have a high level of blood sugar during pregnancy. Among the U.S. population overall, crude estimates for 2018 were 26.9 million people of all ages, or 8.2% of the U.S. population had diagnosed diabetes. As you can see in the map, many states of the U.S. they have about 12 or 15% of adults with diabetes. So thinking about these publics who suffers with diabetes, we know it's very difficult for them to find products in the supermarket appropriate for them. So I created the brand The Donuts, special donuts for special people. The donuts are made with almond flour, eggs, heavy cream, butter, baking powder, and granulated sweetener, no sugar, the appropriate sweetener for diabetic people. The donuts would be prepared in our stores and then distributed at the store and also delivered so people can have it in their own homes. The idea at first is to begin in those states who we can see they have more diabetic people, like West Virginia, Texas. But overall, we wanted to extend the stores for the entire country. But why the brand can be considered great work? Well, by the logo, we can see some similarities, like the colors used, the same final project, which is the donuts, and the name. According to what we have studied in this class, it is considered a trademark infringement whether the plaintiff has a valid trademark, whether the trademark is being used by the defendant, whether the defendant's use of the trademark is in commerce, whether the use is connected to the sale, offer, distribution, or advertisement of a product, and whether the defendant's use of the trademark is likely to confuse consumers. So if you think about it, definitely we can see some trademark infringement in this great work. But Dunkin' Donuts trademarks highlight some interesting points about how they are protected under the American law. In fact, the word donuts, popularized by the company, is now widely accepted as an accurate spelling of the name of its specialty baked goods. By becoming so widely accepted and indeed generic, donuts is no longer a specific trademark of the Dunkin' brand. Some argue that it is dropping the word from its brand because it's no longer a protected trademark, and thus its removal strengthens the company's new shorter mark. Over the years, the company has strongly protected Dunkin', but not the word donuts. It may not have truly been possible to prevent the latter from seeping into popular consciousness, but it can be important for new companies to keep this concept in mind when considering their own trademarks and future marketing plans. So I've found 3 similar cases that we can compare with my gray work. The first is Alliance for Good Government versus Coalition for Better Government, where Coalition started to use a similar logo in 2008, and Alliance has been using the logo with the bird since the 1960s. So the court decided that Coalition was copying the logo. Also, we have Starbucks versus New York's Coffee Culture Cafe. In January of 2016, Starbucks filed a lawsuit against the parent company of New York's Coffee Culture Cafe for launching a drink called the Fredolcino. The lawsuit's documents allege that not only does the drink appear similar to the Frappuccino, the structure of the name contains enough similarities to cause confusion in the marketplace and diminish Starbucks brand equity. Starbucks does own the trademarks for the term Frappuccino, and additionally allege that Coffee Culture has created deceptive packaging to make it appear the term Fredolcino is trademarked when it's not. Well, while Coffee Culture Cafe has changed the name of the drink to Fredo, Starbucks is proceeding with the lawsuit, and Coffee Culture could have avoided the issue by avoiding infringement on a closely guarded trademark with an annual value of approximately $1.5 billion. The last similar case is from about the brand the 3M versus 3N in China. So a lawsuit by the 3M company against Shangzhou Hawaii Advanced Material and Company Limited for the use of 3N resulted in a win for 3M and significant damages for 3M. It was ultimately ruled that despite some dissimilarities in products and pricing, the notoriety of the 3M mark and the fact that 3M had managed to acquire client and market share by the use of the similar mark constituted an infringement. We can conclude then that migrant work would be considered infringement, even though the word donuts is not trademarked, even though it is still a good idea and it could help many people who suffer with the disease. But I believe if you say to someone you go to D Donuts, for sure, people will think you're going to actually Dunkin' Donuts and not to one of my branch stores. So in this case, I think the brand should be changed. I should change the name and the logo in order to avoid further problems. Thank you so much for watching this video. I wish you a happy holidays. See you next time.